Hi, my name is Lizzie Isbell, and I'll be talking about the importance of teaching coding in schools and the App Authors program. Most people are aware of the growing importance of STEM learning, and by STEM, I mean science, technology, engineering, and mathematics. In 2009, President Obama provided federal funding for STEM programs with the launch of his Educate to Innovate campaign, which was created to motivate young people to excel in the STEM fields and to encourage growth of STEM literacy. STEM is a growing field, particularly the computer science field. In fact, 58% of all new STEM jobs are in computing, but only 8% of STEM graduates are in computer science. So there are many more job openings than certified candidates. In fact, Code.org predicts that there will be 1 million more jobs than students in computer science by the year 2020. Yet many K-12 schools offer no programming opportunities at all. Statistics show that 90% of parents want their child to study computer science, but only 40% of schools teach computer programming. We need to keep up with the growing job market by implementing coding programs in schools. Now, let's talk about diversity in the STEM field. One of the main challenges which President Obama noted in his Educate to Innovate initiative is the encouragement of young women, minorities, and people from low-income backgrounds to explore STEM subjects and careers. Studies indicate that computer science and STEM-related subjects are perceived as too hard, and that this perception of difficulty is a significant barrier for underrepresented minorities. So traditionally, the STEM field has been dominated by white males. Women's representation in STEM careers is increasing, but women still constitute only 13% of engineers and only 25% of professionals in computer and mathematical sciences. Additionally, African Americans, Latinos, and Native Americans only constitute 13% of all engineering degrees held. The world needs more diverse coders, and schools need to start encouraging their future coders early. It's really important that children of different backgrounds are encouraged to see coding as a possible future career. So that's where Code.org and the App Authors program come into play. Apps provide an excellent entrance point for coding and STEM exploration, since even young people without their own tablets or smartphones are likely to have basic competency with these interfaces. Young people who think STEM subjects are too hard will readily play a game on a tablet. Most children already have experience with tablets and apps. Children perceive apps as more fun and less intimidating than the concepts of coding or computer science. App Authors uses free resources from Code.org to create a curriculum for learning to code apps. It provides librarians in public and school libraries with tools to help them teach children computational literacy through app design. App Authors also allows for valuable mentoring and peer experience as young people work with one another and share their creations with young audiences. It also empowers young people to represent themselves in apps. There is a shocking lack of diversity in apps for young people. One research study interviewed children about the apps they played with, and the overwhelming response from these participants was, "We don't see ourselves in these apps." Out of the 200 apps studied in the research study Closing the App Gap, fewer than 15% of these apps presented non-white people in any significant roles. According to App Authors, the solution to this problem is, of course, to teach young people to create their own apps that will represent themselves. The App Authors program offers an easily adaptable curriculum for public or school library settings using the free online resource Code.org. The program runs once a week for 6 weeks, followed by a showcase on the 7th week, where students can invite their friends and family members to come see the apps they've been working on and creating over the course of the program. This curriculum aligns with learning standards such as Common Core, International Society for Technology in Education, American Association of School Librarians Standards for the 21st Century Learner, Next Generation Science Standards, National Art Education Association Art Standards, and the Computer Science Teachers Association K-12 Computer Science Standards. So for the school library curriculum of the App Authors program, each student will build one app over the course of the 6-week program. The program follows the design process. So students will identify a problem, brainstorm about a solution, design an app, and then build, test and evaluate, and redesign their app until it's done, when they will share the solution at the showcase. For the first step, identify a problem and brainstorm, students will have time to create a brainstorming map where they will write down all the ideas they can think of about a problem they could solve with an app. The next stage is the prototype, wireframe, and design phase. Students will work on a paper prototype of their app where they will draw out what the different screens should look like, where the buttons will go, and what the buttons will do. The next phase is the building phase. Students will use Code.org's platform called AppLab to begin to build and code their apps. AppLab offers drag and drop block coding, so it's user-friendly for beginners to coding. Then students will collaboratively test, retest, and redesign their apps with the help of feedback from their peers until their app works exactly the way they want it to. By the end of the 6-week program, each student will have designed and coded an app. The outcomes of this program are that children get to experience coding in a low-risk, low-pressure environment. Since App Authors is an extracurricular activity, students get to explore and play, make mistakes, and learn with no repercussions. There is no one right way to make an app, and there are no grades in this program, so children don't have to worry about being wrong or about their work being graded. Everyone gets to create something and show it off, so there's a huge feeling of accomplishment in all the students at the end of the program. They're also building real-world skills like problem solving. Coding is definitely a problem-solving activity, and children will learn how to make their code work through testing and redesigning their code. They're also learning collaboration. Students work together in the testing phase to evaluate each other's apps and provide constructive feedback. Another skill is critical thinking. Students will learn to think critically about their code and their app, and scientists argue that early education in coding is one of the most valuable experiences for developing critical thinking and for introducing children to this career track. Another skill that's really important is failing forward. Coding is a great platform for children to learn that failure is not the end. Through the process of coding their own app, children will learn that a failure is simply a little roadblock and a chance to try something else, rather than a permanent failure. So in conclusion, STEM fields are growing, especially the computer science field, which already has more jobs than qualified applicants. The world needs more diverse coders, and implementing extracurricular coding programs in schools is a great way to help students get interested in coding. Code.org and the App Authors program are working hard to help underrepresented children gain some experience with coding so that they may become more interested in coding as a possible future career and really feel like they can belong in that field. Thank you.